This is One on One. You're looking at the legendary Ed Asner, actor, Broadway, currently in the Broadway play Grace. You may know him from a little character he played back in the 1970s. Lou Grant on The Mary Tyler Moore Show, a 50-year career, 7 Emmy Awards, 5 Golden Globe Awards. Currently, as I said, on Grace, which is playing at the Court Theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you, Mr. Asner.
Good to be here.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Now, how is it that you were away from Broadway for 25 years? What's that about?
Well, I came here with Madeline Kahn and Born Yesterday, and they hated me. Hated me. Frank Rich began his review by saying, I didn't like this play the first time I saw it. So he went downhill from that. So I guess I crawled out of town. We stayed 5 months. I'm still proud of that. In spite of those horrible reviews, stayed 5 months, and I was never invited back.
What brought you back this time?
This wonderful play, wonderful role, great cast, great director. Almost can't miss. It's got to please somebody at any time. And we've been pleasing them well because the houses have been full.
And this play is interesting as I read about it. What's fascinating to me is it's about a young couple who heads out to Florida with the idea of opening a chain of gospel-themed hotels. Now, you play a German immigrant named Carl. Now, what's interesting is as I read about it, the audience sometimes doesn't know how to react to what's going on very often. It's controversial. And is it poking fun at and challenging the fundamentalists' view of religion?
I don't know about, well, I guess poking fun by Paul Rudd's brilliant enactment of a born-again Christian. But it discusses the existence or non-existence of God. And we never give you a definitive answer. But as I say at the end, there is something.
Can we see a clip from it?
Perhaps.
Paul Levine, our producer, and our team out in the control room, can we run a clip from this terrific play? Let's go.
Did you go to church growing up, Carl?
Huh?
I said, did you go to church growing up?
Why?
I don't know. Just curious. I've always been interested in people's beliefs.
Are you a Jesus freak?
Well, we're not Jesus freaks.
We are both committed Christians.
Oh, I got some news for you.
Oh. All right.
1, there's no Jesus.
Really?
2, there's no God.
Interesting.
3, mind your own business and everything works out.
You love the script, don't you? And one of the other characters, or one of the other actors here was sitting right in there a few months ago, Michael Shannon from Boardwalk Empire. Great actor as well. How much of the decision beyond the script to do this, Ed, is about the cast and wanting to work with the cast?
Well, very much so. Paul Rudd and I are both Kansas City Jewish boys. So I think it was like bestowing a mitzvah on Kansas City by making the job come to life. And he does a brilliant job. They're all brilliant. It is marvelous to be on stage with such 3 accomplished actors.
Before I move away from the play, what is it that you want people, I know this is a cliche question, but I want to ask it anyway. What do you want most people to walk away from with this experience?
You made me think. And we live in a society where thinking seems to be verboten.
Yeah. Let's talk about thinking. You've been challenging, I hate to say the establishment, but that's what it is. You've been challenging all of us to think for a long time. Politically, challenging the status quo. And it has been said that while you had this wildly successful career on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, that the Lou Grant Show, it has been said, was canceled in part because of your politics. That spin-off show. Do you buy that argument?
Yeah.
Make the argument.
Well, there's an apocryphal story that Bill Paley came into the
from CBS.
Into the scheduling room and saw Lou Grant still on the schedule. Said, "What's that doing out there? Get it off there! Get it off there!" It's never been verified. a wonderful CBS vice president came to me, a special trip, to say that they had advertisers standing in line. They were just worried about their Monday nights. I don't buy it. There was just too much attack going on, and I encountered. I then went into something of a blacklist, I guess.
For what? Mr. Asner, for what?
I had advocated our stopping the murderous junta that ruled El Salvador, to allow the people to vote, even if it was a communist government they voted for. And I think that sentence at a press conference is what doomed me and the series.
When you were saying those things you believe deeply, to what degree were you thinking, this is going to hurt my career, to earn a living, to put food on the table? To what degree were you doing that?
Not only put food on the table for me, but for all the people that worked on that show, the 200 people who worked on the show. I was a naive little fart. And,
you were going to say something else, but it is PBS, so go ahead.
And I went in there to answer the question. They shoved me up front because we had all gone to Washington to announce the existence of our group, which is called Medical Aid to El Salvador. And in the course of the second question, a cable newsman said, "You say you're in favor of free elections in El Salvador. What if they turn out to be a communist government?" And I gave some lame answer, and I went on to the next guy. And I'm thinking the whole time, I can't leave that lameness there. And after I finished with him, I came back and said, I wasn't satisfied with my answer. I would like to tell you that if it's the government the people of El Salvador choose, let them have it. And I felt right then and there that no matter how far I had protected myself, how far I had come, that would doom me, and it did.
But you're still an activist. You're still speaking out.
My agent said, somewhat later, he said he thought I was out the window after that.
Done?
But yeah, but the fact that every time they leveled an attack at me, I kept coming back and responding in print or on air, and it kept me alive. So being kept alive then saved me for another day.
But you know, Ed, we checked out your Facebook page the other day. I'm going to put it up there right now. On your Facebook page, you are advocating, you are an activist, you are talking to people. Let's put up the page right now if we can. You are talking to people about going out there and voting. And it's not just some nice pablum, you know, generic, hey, get out there and vote. You want people to vote for particular reasons, do you not?
Yeah, because let's not make realistic the anarchy we live in. I'm not happy with our system. I'm not happy with the fact that we don't have public financing of our elections, and that our elections will continue to be corrupt as long as private money can keep pouring in and fattening the calves and the bank accounts of the candidates. Who has the most bucks wins.
But you know, it remains political for you in your work, because after you finish up this play Grace, which is at the Court Theater,
Yeah.
you're going back to do something that you've been doing for several years, playing FDR, after the paralysis, correct?
Yeah.
You've been doing this for several years.
Well, there is no after the paralysis.
Well, you know what? There is no after. You're right. That shot, that's you, which,
Yeah.
amazing stuff.
I don't look like him, and I probably don't even sound like him.
What's the passion about FDR and this particular work?
The words. He had a second four freedoms that he delivered in a speech in early 45, was it? And talking about freedom to health, education, housing, and jobs. My God, if only he had been alive to push that agenda.
That resonates with you.
Yeah. I believe in socialism. I don't think capitalism takes care of our people. We can't get used to the yin and yang of the market and the crises that we continually face. Granted, socialist countries have the same thing, but I feel we need a socialist government to protect, to create a mattress for our people to fall on when we go through times like this.
You are not satisfied with simply working. You are not satisfied with being in a nice play with nice people, getting a nice paycheck, and getting some nice publicity. It's not going to get it done for you. Never has, never will.
I guess I've got a bigger ego than most people, and think that I have to keep shooting my mouth off to be identified, to be noticed.
Why is that ego?
Well, there are some artists who say, I will let my work speak for myself and my ego. I will stand by my work and the work will be. I've never felt that Bertolt Brecht created a wonderful panel in which he said, theater is not something to emulate society. It is a hammer to beat it with. So I am merely furthering that hammer by shooting my mouth off. And I would tell you, as you discussed earlier when I had the show canceled, that you pay a price. And I now am fully aware of the price you pay. When you advocate a particular candidate, a particular idea, 50% of the people may well say, screw him. Who the hell does he think he is? Well, you pay the price. So you don't like it, you'll stop watching me.
You know, when we first found out that you were booked for the show, and I thought, great, we have Mr. Grant, and everybody says that. But then, as I really got ready for the show, I realized we were going to have so much more than that. And I am so glad that even though that's a part of your portfolio, you're able to talk about so much more. You honor us, Ed Asner, by being here at PBS, and I thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
You're a wonderful host.
You're a wonderful guest.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Hackensack University Medical Center, Berkeley College, TD Bank, Qualcare Inc., a local managed care company covering 750,000 New Jersey residents, the law firm of Gibbons PC, Verizon Communications, and by the Russell Berry Foundation. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.